G'day and welcome back to Duckzorly Gaming and Pine Cove Farm. We are back, continuing on with our farming experience here on Stevie's map, which is available on his Facebook page. Details that are down below. Alright, so lots has happened, but lots of nothing really. So we're now in late summer. So where we last left off, we were looking at purchasing Field 4, which we ended up doing. So Field 4, which is that big field up there on the top of the hill, that is now ours, and I'll show you that now with the menu, with the map. And there you go. So Field 4 up here is now ours. And also by going forward, we've obviously the crops have actually matured a bit more. So they were in their last growing stages for all the fields, except for Field 4, which is now ready to harvest. So we're going to do that shortly. But before I harvest it, I'm actually going to go up and get all the grass around particularly Field 4, go and have a bit of a specky around Field 4, and then by that time hopefully it should be gone into at least the second stage of readiness to harvest. So we'll see how that goes. We may actually transition through the night as well just to get that up and running. So in the meantime, we're just going to head on over there with the Class Hybrid Crone 450 and pull up some grass over there. First mowing of the grass around that field, and we're just going to see how much we get, so we get a bit of an idea of how much we're able to get from all the adjacent areas to the fields, so we can keep an eye on what we've got coming in. We also did get some more sheep. We made a bit of extra money from selling the sorghum and stuff than what we expected, so we bought some extra sheep. I think we're now just on 300 sheep, all merinos, but they are sitting there and basically fat, dumb and happy at the moment. Certainly not producing wool well at the moment. That's stagnated, so I don't know why that is, or whether that's just part of the season, so I haven't really bothered about it at the moment, but we've got other things to worry about. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this cracking. I'm just going to get the mower started now, and away we go. So we will be collecting the grass obviously with the overloader, which is at the back of the mower. As I said to you in a previous episode, I think it was 2 episodes ago now, that's the reason why we traded the big M500 in for the 450, because this one has the words have escaped me, the powertrain for the trailer, so we can actually run that. So we're going to collect all this grass through here and just see how much we get from the sides, and then go from there. So other than that, things have progressed quite well. We obviously made enough money to buy Field 4. So once we sold that second load of sorghum, if you recap from the last episode, we ended up, we made the money, we loaned all the money from the bank. We're going to buy the Field 10 and Field 20 or whatever it is. We loaned the money from the bank, however we reached our cap of $3 million, and we were still short of buying what we wanted. So then we looked at buying Field 4, and we were about what was about 500,000 short of that. But then we had a contract come in, and I'm telling you all this and telling you to suck eggs because hopefully you've all seen the previous episode. We then found we had a contract job to deliver, I think it was about 230,000 litres of alfalfa windrow. Now it just so happened that we had plenty of windrow alfalfa in the silo, so we took 2 loads of that over, and that gave us the contract price of I think it was $245,000. And then when we took another load of the rest of the load of the alfalfa windrow we had, and also took the another load of sorghum, we ended up with an extra $180,000 on top, I think it was. So probably a little bit more than that. But yes, that's where we ended up going with that. So that was fantastic. So we bought Field 4 obviously here, and then since then we've just been progressing through. We also have decreased the season's length to 6 days. It was on 9 days, and we effectively had 5 days of doing nothing because there was nothing to do. I could have actually done some more fertilisation, but I just chose not to. Why I chose not to, I don't know, but anyway, that doesn't matter. So yeah, and in doing that, it just means that we can actually be a little bit busier going forward. So that's what we've done, and that's what we're now going to deal with. So that is okay, just finding the borders there of where we actually can mow. But other than that, we're progressing quite well. So now that means that we've effectively got all the big parcels of land we initially wanted. Obviously didn't get field 10, 20 or whatever it was. But certainly for now, it should keep us fairly busy. So yeah, looking forward to getting into this and getting field 4 under our belt as well. So what we now need to do is we do need to look at paying back our loan, because while we've got $3 million of loans outstanding, we sort of can't finalise an increase. I need to stop you and raise you. We can't purchase any other land unless we bank up a pile of money. So we've got to save some more money and get some more money from selling our crops, but we've also got to pay back our bank loan as well, because we're paying interest as well. And I did make a silly comment earlier about the previous episode about we don't pay any interest. And yes, if I had paid back the $1 million or whatever we took from the loan initially, if I had paid that back straight away, we wouldn't have paid interest. But interest is paid on a nightly basis at midnight, so we do have to pay for it eventually. Now, what was I going to do with the grass? I think I'm going to dump the grass in some of these silos for production. Just whatever ones need them, I'm going to fill them up. So this one here. So yes, that's the plan at this point in time. So but this episode is pretty much just going to be of mowing grass, I reckon. Now, I could also change this over to the big shooter maker. We've got one that has 240,000 litre capacity. But I'm just going to leave it at this one for now. Unfold. I'll start mowing this area as well. We might as well do this area as well. So what we'll do is we'll just mow a path down here to the side of the field, to the end of the field, and then we'll cut along the end of the field here like this, and then go back up past field 4 where we came down from. So yeah, I reckon just from these two fields, the adjacent fields, we're going to have upwards of about 600,000 to 800,000 litres of grass available to us. So we certainly are at the point where we don't need to worry about planting any grass fields. So the only thing we will be planting is in the way of any grasses would be windrow. So alfalfa. I say windrow. The alfalfa would be the only thing would be growing. So which is fine. So we've already done some alfalfa, and we've got alfalfa growing in field 5. So that will be enough probably for a little while. Although we have sold off a fair bit of it, we might transition one of the fields into a windrow field. In fact, it'd be interesting to do field 4 as windrow. I keep saying windrow as alfalfa, and just see how much yield we get off that. So we might do one rotation of alfalfa on field 4, or maybe 2, and then we can just stockpile the alfalfa up in the silo. So yeah, that's the plan. All right. Anyway, by the time you're looking at this episode, we will be right on the cusp of being into FS22. So, in fact, I think this video is available the day before release of FS22, if I've got my calculations right, which I probably haven't. So, we are going to continue on at this stage, at least, the Pine Cove and probably the Ningen series. I don't know how the Lone Oak one is going to go. We might continue that on, but it might just be a little bit more sporadic once we've got FS22 content running. But certainly until we get a lot more mods, maps, all that sort of stuff running on FS22, I'm probably only going to have one series on FS22, maybe two, and I may just alternate those and have one of those each week, and then just alternate it between the weeks as to what goes out. But we've got a little bit of time to think about that and plan that, because there is, I think, at least 3 maps that we know of with FS22. So there is a little bit of variation that can be had. So we'll just have to see how that pans out. I'll go around here. Don't want to get caught up with any trees. So yeah, that's the plan at this stage. But of course, there will also be the other stuff interspersed. It won't all be FS19 or 22 content. There will be Infraspace will still be running. Timberborn will be running. I'm looking at possibly bringing back a series on Mashinki. I did do 1 or 2 episodes on that very early on in the development of Mashinki, which is a train and transport game produced by one guy in, was it Austria or something? Anyway, that's come on leaps and bounds, and I'm interested in going and having a look at that. I will also be looking at bringing back Evil Genius, because there's been a whole pile of changes in the Evil Genius game. I love that game, it's great fun. So expect to see Evil Genius back as well. I was going to bring Jurassic World 2. However, I just refunded that yesterday. It randomly was crashing every 15 to 30 minutes into the game. And there's a lot of other people reporting the same sort of thing, and I just sort of went, you know what, I can't be asked for sitting there and putting up with that until such time as they patch it. So I have refunded that, and we may look at that a little bit later down the track when it's a bit more stable. As much as I would like to have displayed it on the channel now, it's just not possible in the current state it's in and the way it's playing. So I recorded the first episode 4 times, so each time it crapped out at anywhere between the 15 and 25 minute mark. So as much as the game looks really nice, and there's some slight change to the mechanics which makes it a very good game, the fact that it just doesn't run and keeps on crashing is just an issue. So yeah, so Steam are refunding me that one, which is wonderful. But yeah, so who knows what the future may hold with Jurassic World Evolutions 2, but certainly for the moment that's not going to be on the radar. So anyway, that's what we're looking at for the moment. All right, we're going to offload this slot in here as well. Time to wet the whistle. Okay, and off we go again. I have been considering doing some baling, but I haven't really got any use for the bales. That's the problem. So I'm not so sure about the bales. I also do think somehow along the line that possibly the sheep have been broken. For a long while they weren't actually taking any feed whatsoever, which concerns me a little bit, because they should have been taking some feed. But I don't know what's going on there, but we'll have to keep an eye on that, obviously. Set that up. Right, off we go again. Yeah, so that's that to look at. We are also going to look at getting some cows running on here very soon. Probably after the next cycle of harvesting, we'll look at getting some cows underway. So we'll have to look at doing some TMR and all that sort of stuff. We got the production there for it, the mixing solo, so it won't be that big of an embuggerance in getting that going. So we'll get some cows running, and I may well do some pigs as well. Get the full gambit running. I probably just won't do chickens for the moment, but that is the plan to get going. So what we'll have to do as well is we'll have to do some root crops. We'll have to do some potatoes or some beets So we'll have to look at cycling those in as well. I'm thinking perhaps we might do that on field 2, the one nearest the farm. It's the smaller of the larger fields, if you get what I mean. So we've got field 5 is the small one we're using for our alfalfa. So if I do field 2, that should give us enough to last us a fair while. And the only thing we're going to use the root crops for is for the TMR, so or possibly pig food. So I think we're safe for just doing field 2, just a bit of a random planting. The problem is we need to either buy or lease the equipment. In that case, we'll probably most likely lease some equipment again. So that's what's coming up, I guess. That's the forward plan. Things may change, but I think that's pretty much where we're going to end up going at this point in time. Like I said, we'll continue on with Ningen Farm. Ningen is progressing well. I think we've reached our half century of videos, or close to it, by the time you're watching this. And really enjoying that series and the map. Our good mate Aussie Farmer, it's his map, and really loving it, really enjoying it. I can tell you there is another Australian map coming shortly, which looks to be extremely interesting, and TJ has kindly asked me if I'd be interested in helping him test and all that, which I'm going to do with quite some enjoyment. So that will be coming up at some stage in the nearest future as well, if he hurries up and gets it done. I'm only joking, TJ. So there will be that to look forward to as well. That may not be a full series, it may just be a partial. It just depends on where we're sitting with other videos, series and workload at that point in time. Right, anyway, so that gives you pretty much a good synopsis of where we're going with the channel. So if you like all that, then stick around, press that subscribe button, press the alarm notification icon, and you'll be made aware when all those sorts of videos, updates to new series or new versions of new series on other games will be coming out. And I'll look at doing 1 or 2 different games as well on probably Twitch and YouTube as live streams. Maybe be the likes of ETS2, ATS, stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff on ETS2 and ATS I haven't done in relation to the DLCs, so we can do all that in there. If there's anything else though that you as subscribers and viewers of the channel want to see and would prefer to see, or would like to see it as either YouTube or Twitch streaming, or even just as a series like these, then make sure you let me know in the comments down below. More than happy to take that input, and we'll see what we can do to make you happy within reason. Oh, of course, I forgot that. I don't think I mentioned that. Yeah, Timberborn will be continuing. I did mention Timberborn, didn't I? Loving that game. Those damn beavers. Right, head this way, and this will probably be the last line we do. Well, I think we might then progress to the next game day, and then see what that day holds. We did have a fair bit of rain actually during the few days we did. So, and as you can see, technically the crops are wet at the moment as well. So really, we shouldn't be mowing grass ideally, but yeah, look at that beautiful alfalfa up in front of us. That lovely violet colour contrast it gives. Beautiful. Yeah, but anyway, so a fair bit of rain, but didn't affect us really, so that's okay. Alright, we'll do a wide turn here and head back. Head back out to the east. I'm not going to be finicky and try and get every blade of grass off here. We'll just get a good amount, clear off most of the grass, and put it all away. All right, 120,000 litres. So that's what's that? That's 360,000. So yeah, I reckon Yeah, I reckon it'd be 600,000 grass we could get off between field 3 and field 4 thereabouts, which is not an insignificant amount of grass. It certainly will keep the animals running for a period of time that we don't have to worry about. So yeah, that should work fine. All right. I think what we might do, we might just leave it there for now. I might just do some more of that a little bit later. And we might look at transitioning, so we at least get the harvest started. See if I can put the rest of this in here in this silo. This is the silage fermenter, I believe. We'll just make sure we can fill that up and get that up and running nicely. Let's have a look. Yeah, fermenting silo. So we've now got close to 360,000 litres in here, and already produced 17,000. So we've got it's got a screen there, but you can't see anything like that. No, it's on an active screen. Right. So yeah, but anyway, that's producing silage for us, which is fine. Right, I might just leave him here for now. So we'll shut him down. All right, what we'll do is I'm just going to check seasons, check to see what our animals are like. Animals are okay. What have we got? We've got 300 exactly. Maybe one died. 300 merinos is what we've got. So that's they're all fine and dandy. I think, like I said, we might just fast forward to the next game day and just see what that brings, because the crop's too wet to harvest at the moment. So let's just quickly fast forward with the magic of television, so to speak, and we'll see what we can do in the next game day. We'll see what happens through here, whether any of the crops actually go through to their final stage. Hopefully field 4 will progress to the secondary stage of being ready to harvest, so it gives a bit more of a yield, but it's not, if it doesn't do that, then that's fine. We'll still harvest it anyway. All right, so back to the next game day. Oh, a bit of a look-see. Transition comes about lunchtime, I think, doesn't it? Let's go through a little bit longer. Here comes the transition now. Let's slow that down. So field 17, change state. Our fields seemingly are going to remain as they are. That's okay. All right, so let's go grab one of the combines and get him running. I think we'll only use one combine for now. And we'll just manually deal with the offloading and that from that combine. So I think we might take, do we take the 780? Yeah, let's take the 780. All right. Go grab a header and we'll be good to go. So I'm not going to crack any John Deere jokes today. Just for today. All right, head up to the field, put him on a course, and then we'll bring up a loading wagon and a truck, and we'll be all tickety-boo. Bit of a delay then. All right, much quieter sitting in cab. Sitting a bit high though, I guess. You can't quite see clearly. You ideally should be sitting a little bit lower, I think anyway. But anyway, it's okay. We can get where we need to go. Right, we'll follow this track around through here. All this grass that needs to be mowed to bring it into check. There's our alfalfa sitting there, all almost ready to harvest. Yep, bit glitchy through there. And then we're here at the field. Okay. So first things first, we'll disconnect the header. We'll begin the unfolding process. And we'll grab the header and then we'll get started. Alrighty. So, we're going to start. We'll set up our course. Let's go here. Request drive priority. Distance stop during unloading activated, which is fine. Course generation. Number 4, headland. We're going to do 2 headland passes. We're going to go clockwise. Start working on the headland passes. Yeah, we'll do that. Headland corners, right. I want to do turn. Headland overlap to field center up down. Yeah, we'll just do up down. No, why not? I'll do a racetrack. Spiral. Number of rows per land. I don't know what that is. That's something new, I think. Right, do a racetrack. Auto 13.5. One tool, no islands to do that, so we'll just generate that course. That's yeah, that should be okay. Go back, check all these settings. Turning circle, yep. Working width, that's fine. Vehicle convoy deactivated. Loading position we'll set to here. Then everything there looks okay. Straw discharge, we don't need straw. We'll turn these on. Hopefully they do a better job of what the fence did with the planters. When to raise early. Raise late, lower early. Keep current steering. That's fine. Nothing there I have to worry about. Okay. And we're going to go to first waypoint. Off he goes. Now, he'll set himself up and then go, hopefully. He's going to make sure he does the corner. Very good. Alright, so this is our first oat crop we're bringing in. So that's okay, so that's all good. We're going to go find one of the fence. That one will do. Go grab overloader. Or auger wagon, I should say. And then head back up. And be prepared to offload the combine into the truck. And we'll get the truck up there as well in a minute. Alright. Our lovely Demcos. I love these things. I think these are magnificent. The detail that was put into these. Come on, where's my accelerator? Here it is. Wrong button. Let's try that one. Alright. Now the fence I did actually also repair and refuel, because both of them were a little bit damaged and low on fuel, so we did that. So they are all good to go. So we'll get him up over here, then bring the truck up, and then we'll do some offloading. But that will be the end of the episode, because time flies when you're having fun, as always. So we're already at 30-minute mark, so that means it's time to bid everyone farewell. So that's all good. Right, put the beacons on. Running around the road at high speed. Relatively high speed in comparison to some other things we have. And then yes, and then when we come back to Pine Cove, we should be hitting the harvest in earnest. I'm not going to fast forward or anything any further. We'll just progress through and just deal with the crops as they come up. We probably won't wait for them to be at full harvest or anything else like that. We'll just deal with what we've got, basically. He's turning up there for his first corner, which is fine. We'll shut you down and we'll go grab one of the trucks and bring that up, and then that will be it. Right, he's ready to go, so we'll just bring him up. We definitely probably won't fill him. Oh, but then again, we may do. I don't think there's 180,000 litres in that field, but we might be surprised. All right. So we'll head on up, and then that will be it. So thanks very much for watching. Like I said before, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. And then that way you can be rest assured that if you also press that alarm notification icon, you'll be given alerts as to when we have new videos on the channel, whether it be Farming Sim 19 or, as I said before, Timberborn, Infraspace, any of that sort of stuff as we're coming up. And of course, don't forget to leave your comments down below, good, bad or indifferent. I don't care. Apparently you can't leave a dislike anymore. That's being removed, or is being removed, which I don't know. Apparently it's all to do with the big conglomerates not wanting a bad image because they're the ones that get the huge amount of dislikes, like YouTube themselves. But and they're doing it. They said they're doing it to help small creators, like I guess like myself. But I don't give a rat's ass. If you press a like or a dislike, it means you've actually watched it and you're engaging. So yeah, good on you. Press the dislike button. But anyway, apart from all that, again, thanks very much for watching. Don't forget, you can join us on Twitch, Twitter, Discord, and Facebook. All the details are down below in the comments. And yeah, apart from anything else, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and we'll see you again very, very soon back here at Duckzorly Gaming and Pine Cove Farm. See you all later. Bye.